Hi everybody, Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder. Today we are in Kings Mountain Environmental Center, I believe is what it's actually called. One of the things Shannon and I did a while back is what's the name of it? Buck Ridge Trail, yeah. Out of Pine Grove Furnace State Park, and that brings you all the way up to Kings Gap. So we thought we would come up here, hit the Buck Ridge Trail from up here and go down towards Pine Grove Furnace State Park to see how that connects. I'm not sure if we'll make it that far today. Kind of a whim today, last minute, let's go. And we left. All right, so anyhow, what you're seeing in front of you here, this is a little spur trail right here that we took off of the, what was the name of that trail again?
We're taking the Scenic Vista trail trying to get to the Buck Ridge Trail.
Right, so, all right, again, so we came to Kings Gap. We are taking the Scenic Vista trail from what we could see on the map to get over to the Buck Ridge Trail. And I picked the wrong parking lot. We had to go uphill quite a bit to get to that trail. You can actually catch it up at the mansion. If any of you have ever been out in this area, there's a mansion at the very top of the mountain with a trail system that goes off of it. And there's trails all over the place out here. Anyhow, so we've gotten up the mountain. And I think we're not too far from the Buck Ridge Trail, which is where we're going right now. We'll take you guys along. So, like I said, we came up what's called the Scenic Vista Trail. You can see it on this post. And you go left here, which is where Shannon and I went. It takes you to a scenic overlook. There was a purple lizard on the map of our purple lizard map. Tongue twister. It said there was an overlook. So we went out that way, a little more than a quarter mile, to check out that vista and found out we've been there before. Is that right?
We have, with the boys. We brought the boys.
Years and years ago.
Yep.
I think we actually did a video, did we?
No, that was before we were doing videos.
Okay.
Yep, we were just hiking.
Yep, we're hiking with my grandkids. Anyway, still cool view, and I did videotape it, but just so you know, the hike up here is pretty much all uphill till you get to this ridge. That's why they call it the Buck Ridge Trail. Ridge being the key word there. So we were kind of down almost to the bottom, hiked up. Now we are on our way to the Buck Ridge Trail, which is we're supposed to run into it right up here. So here we go. All right, so this trail right now is really overgrown. I mean, you can still get through, and it's got lots of pine needles, so it's cushy. All right, so we are at that T. I think if you go left, you can see the yellow blaze up there. That will take you up to the mansion. And then to the right. So I believe this is the juncture. This is the Buck Ridge Trail that we're on right here. See the blazes change from red to yellow.
Yeah, to yellow.
Yep. So to do the entire Buck Ridge Trail, you'd have to start up there, go all the way to Pine Grove Furnace. We'll show it to you on the map. But yeah, we're going to head down this way. See how far it takes us. All right. So this trail's not marked. Like when you get to the top of this trail that we're on right now and hit the Buck Ridge Trail, which is this right in front of us here, there is no sign saying which way to go. We know this because we've been here before. We know if you go left on the Buck Ridge Trail here, it will take you to the mansion. And if you go right and follow Buck Ridge Trail all the way out, you'll end up in Pine Grove Furnace State Park. So what we did is we marked the trail here so that we know where to turn when we get back up here, because there is really not much of anything here that tells you anything about the trails. That is one thing I will tell you about Kings Gap. The trail system can be a bit confusing. And like I said, Shannon and I have been here numerous times, so we're kind of familiar with that.
The trail system is fairly new.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually met the couple years and years ago that was working on some of the trail system here in the park. Nice couple, but yeah, it's a lot of work. And, you know, you only have so many resources. So, anyhow, we are now on the Buck Ridge Trail. And it's a bit overgrown, like I said, but it's nice and cushy with the pine needles. Yeah.
All right, so we came out of there. We're kind of at a crossroads here.
Here we go. All right, so we came in here, drove in, parked here. Then we came up the Scenic Vista Trail right here. And now we are at we took a right on the Buckridge Trail, and that's the area where it wasn't marked, that we marked it in the sand that I showed earlier, in the dirt. We marked it so we would know where to turn to get back down to our car. So we turned there. Now we've come up here, and we're right here. And if you look up to our right and left, it's kind of like a service road or old fire road maybe, but they're calling it the Boundary Trail. Anyhow, going straight this way would be the Buckridge Trail. And as you can see, this takes you all the way down here to the Pine Grove Furnace State Park area, which we did all of this. So what we're trying to do is connect these two to see how that trail would look if you just did it all in one day. But anyhow, really, I'm sweating like a pig because it's hot out here.
It's humid.
Very humid. Anyhow, it's one of the reasons that, we're going to always tell you to always make sure you have a map, especially in an area where the trails are not marked well. Now, we do have a map that Kings Mountain Environmental Education Center provided, and it does show the trails on it. But we wanted to bring our Purple Lizard map as well. And again, like I said, when we were hiking up here, if you can see this, okay, we were hiking up here and I was like, look, there's a purple lizard right there. You see that? What that means is it's something to go look at. So we hiked over there, and it's a real pretty overlook. And then we hiked back. So, yep. All right. Another lesson on why you should bring a map. The trails out here are not marked very well. Now, this trail is a yellow blaze, but it's not up here in the environmental center area. They're hard to find. Like, I can see one right now. You see that? I think I've seen two going back. I didn't see anything coming out this way. Did you?
No.
Nothing. Not a single blaze. So if you're coming down the Buckridge Trail from the mansion, we didn't see a whole lot of yellow blazes. But anyhow, it is a yellow blaze trail. So, all right. So again, guys, this is marking the trail. It says Buckridge Trail, which is what we are on. But that's how it's marked up here. So just so you know, if you're coming from Pine Grove, I don't know where they stopped marking it. Or I guess, because I think we're out of Kings Gap Environmental Center area right now. I think we've just crossed over that boundary. So it may be some different types of markings up here. I guess we'll find out. But that's what this trail is. We are still on the Buckridge Trail. And we are actually up on top of a ridge, so there we go. All right, so again, we came across this marker on the trail. And it tells you the Buckridge Trail we're on. And then if you go right, you'll go down to the pond in Kings Gap Environmental Center. But I'm guessing that the state owns this area and they mark the trails a little bit better. Probably because they have more funds, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the reason would be, but that was one of the nicer markers on this trail that we could find. Anyhow, continuing on. Yeah, it's pretty thick through here. Alright, so this is Ridge Road ahead of us. And the map does show that you cross over Ridge Road up here. Ridge Road runs quite a distance from Pine Grove Furnace up to where, Shippen? Like up Shippensburg area? Yeah, this road.
It runs along the ridge.
Yeah. So yeah, this road will take you all over the place out here. A lot of people have property up here too. So anyhow, we're crossing over the road. And you can see ahead of you, there's the sign. that marks the trail, Buck Ridge. And again, we are now on, I believe, state game land property. I think it might belong to Pine Grove. I don't know. Do you?
I honestly don't know.
Anyhow, definitely marked better. You can see the trail marking and the yellow blaze. So, all right, so we've made it to the Hammond Rocks Trail, which goes off this way. But we're going to turn it around here. Not too much farther down the Buck Ridge Trail is where Shannon and I made it from the other direction. But anyhow, we thought we would turn back around and get up to Ridge Road and have a lunch. Okay, so we just finished lunch. We would have shared the lunch spot, but really and truly,
I took a little bit of footage of it. You'll see it. We've had better.
yeah. Anyhow, lunch was fine. Heading back now. Anyhow, we kind of sort of connected this trail. It's only 6 miles from Kings Gap down to Pine Grove, so we might try to do this all in one day. One day, just do that trail the whole way. Anyway, we wanted to check it out, and we did, right?
We did. Thought we came up on a bear.
No, it was a bird. All right, so we've made it back to the turn to get down to the car. You can see where we left the stick and made our little arrow. You see there's no marks anywhere. There's a tree up there blazed yellow. But there's nothing here at this intersection that tells you if you go left, it will take you down to that parking lot that we were at. It's like a little picnic area. So we made our own little symbol here. So we know to turn left here. Because there's all kinds of little spur trails out here. So anyhow, waiting on Shannon. And here we go. Okay, so we made it to the end of the trail back at the parking lot. A lot of downhill. Anyhow, we did it. It's something that we wanted to do. It's kind of muggy today. The bugs are out. This is not our favorite time of year.
No, saw
for
a snake.
Hiking. Yeah, we did see a snake.
Not my favorite thing to see.
We saw a dead snake too.
Yes, we did. We saw 2
A
snakes.
little baby dead snake.
1.5 then.
Yeah. Yep. So anyhow, guys, thanks for joining us as we went wandering out yonder here at Kings Gap recreation area. This is a state park, I found out after reading the little brochure. We're going to take a ride up the road to look at the mansion. I might share a little bit of that with you, but anyhow, we'll see you guys later. Bye. This is the mansion I was talking about. You can rent rooms there. They have rooms available. There's a really beautiful front porch off the front of it that you can oversee the valley out here. That was built in 1906. And this was a summer home. What about that? Anyhow, they also have all kinds of old structures from when this was being used. Still standing. They also have a really cool butterfly garden here. All right, so this is the water tower, built in 1908. There you go. Holds 27,000 gallons of water. It's like they're trying to restore it, which is cool, because it's a cool structure. is the mansion gardens. So we'll go inside here, take a look around. I don't think Shannon and I have ever been here in the spring. This is nice. Got a little swing and some benches. Lots of pretty wildflowers, ferns. And let's see, over here to the left is an herb garden. So, they just planted some stuff out here. Pretty. And again, this is the mansion over here. So as I was saying, the mansion here has a huge front porch that overlooks the valley below. Again, like I said, this was this gentleman's summer home. Big stone mansion. And this was the view out here. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, it's made out of this beautiful stone. Really pretty. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they rent these rooms out. They do weddings and that kind of thing, I think now. But yeah, this is gorgeous through here. And if you read this little marquee here, it says that you are standing 650 feet above the valley floor on South Mountain. This mountain formed approximately 600 million years ago and marks the terminus of the famous Blue Ridge Mountains. So anyhow, it also gives you some landmarks, you can see here, of the area that you're looking at. It's really cool. What a view. And I'm sure back then, Interstate 81 wasn't on here. It's on here now, but yeah. So they do let you come in on Sundays and tour the building. It's gorgeous. We've never been inside before. They've just reopened due to COVID. They've started letting you go through on Sundays, but it's beautiful. Hardwood floors, brick floors, lots of wood. So anyway, very cool.